Up 2.5 inches.
With only 2 defeats, is 60 times.
Okay, guys.
This about Medina. Tapia at 35, Medina. Fortunately laced on a glove.
Don't wait to be great.
Or in the case of Marco Antonio Barrera, just because they want to go ahead and turn pro. He was a pro at 15. Didn't need
Fight to him.
Well, I don't think the weight is going to hurt Tapia. I know personally when he was with me 150 pounds, and that was 4 years ago.
60 wins, 27 knockouts, most of them via attrition rather than the big blow. But he keeps his hands a wiry, difficult style to deal with.
Paulie Ayala at 122, simply out-hustled as well as out-muscled. Medina has to try.
But he's actually giving Tapia a lot of problems right now.
Tapia landing a right hand and a left hook to the body. To get to the body early to impose. And Medina talks about wanting to go to the body as well. Both fighters now. Going to see Camille McCline coming in at 264 pounds. Shannon Briggs. McCline.
At this stage right here, even though Tapia can see a definite reduction in his speed, you can see the weight has slowed him down. He's landed a lot of big punches, but Dana.
What I was going to make is that McCline lists among his three Johnny Tapia.
Wound so tight, Jim.
It'd be a 19 out of 67. That's Medina, 20 through 114 punches. Hard right hand to the body by Medina.
Medina's a very busy to move his head. He may shoot 3 or 4 punches and his head stays in the same position, which means he's very particularly vulnerable for that overhand right.
Featherweight punches Prince Nassim Hamed rounds before Hamed found him with a left in the 11th.
Particularly at that time, no one knew what to expect from him. And everyone figured him out. His off-the-wall punches for him after the Kibbutz fight became very rough then.
Perhaps flattering Antonio Barrera, copied from his first 10 rounds to defeat Tapia last year. That may be a bit of a stretch.
Medina is not letting Tapia take over the fight.
He's not
has shown that he would like to. Medina's coming right back in his face.
Yes, he is.
An opponent may say to himself, but he's done it throughout his career.
That is what he's known for. He doesn't have the best punching power, and he's not that difficult to hit, but he bases by outworking his opponent.
Johnny Tapia trying to make money with the left hook, digging to Medina.
But he's a big professional.
And who promotes him sits in the meeting and says, well, he's got him dotted in there among the 60 wins.
But the center in a home base was in 96 the last time. Since then, Medina's picking it up so he can keep.
Tapia on the attack now.
Chopping right hand.
Two perfect. Know that.
Tapia trying body. Medina backs up. Hops in, flurries, 3 or 4 punches at a time, then bounces back away. Come to me.
He is huffing and puffing.
Carrying 8 more pounds than has been the case throughout most.
Though Medina's not a big puncher, I so told him.
Medina's stunned him a couple of times, even though he's not a very big puncher.
Well, he's getting his attention, that's for sure. No. Slow.
Yeah, as much as Jesse Reed tried to talk him out of it, you know, the trainer isn't going to be able to convince the fighter in slow. If Tapia feels slow, he's slow. Have it scored through.
Okay, Jim. I got it 30-27, 3 rounds to nothing in favor of the champion, Montekis Medina. Jim, in my estimation, he's just too busy. Keep enough real good shots like he did just now. I mean, Johnny Tapia, he's got to get inside.
Changing directions all the time. Instead of just going straight in and straight back, he's going side to side, different angles. Even in the...
And he's entered the punch. He's done it.
And even when Tapia lands with 3 of them together.
Tapia drives deal. Had nothing but the best things to say about each other as people.
Oftentimes Medina would throw his right hand and actually step through with his right foot and end up in almost a southpaw position. And if he gets hit, it looks like he's hurt.
Tapia at his best always looked as though he enjoyed being in the fight.
To be comfortable in this fight.
Be trying to pump himself up back in there.
Yes.
Come right back with a combination.
That's happening automatically. Everything set to do it.
Tapia's 2 losses to only 2 losses of his career. 2 losses to
his stablemate, which is Medina plus.
Because for Tapia, the fact that Johnny is not a knockout puncher, seemingly the winner of this fight is going to be who can set doing that.
Well, and hard for Johnny to match that. In rounds, Tapia 15 out of a 4, not able to land it. Medina
comes right back with a left hook.
When you meet Medina, that in 71 professional fights, that nose has been touched up a little bit.
Now to damage.
Right hand by Medina, and rolls, and this is a guy who releases his hands.
Yes, he does, and it's really interesting about it. It's more like a moves his left hand up and down. He definitely doesn't fight like the normal Mexican fighter.
No, he's a more energetic Duty spot. Derek Morales, kind of looping overhand rights, blood trickling down the face of Medina to dampen his.
And getting away with it right now. Going down.
Just touching Tapia was winded in this.
Very winded.
There's a good combination by.
Beautiful right hand by Tapia. As I said, Medina's not the most difficult guy to hit. It's just that he had
duty as almost on a weekly basis, and his Albuquerque arch rival Danny Romero Sr. as his trainer in what had to be one of the oddest pairings in the history of the sport.
I trained him during his amateur days, but he does change trainers the way he spins.
Reed, for his part, says he doesn't mind. Willing to just keep more often than anybody else.
Says he's put away enough money to retire.
You're speaking of Tapia.
I am speaking of Tapia.
Yeah, Jesse Reed is not going to move with him.
You never know.
His lightweight. Now Johnny Tapia begins to work the jab and comes. That would be another way for Johnny.
And a jab.
Hard right hand by Tapia. I'm sorry for the low blow. Halfway through the fight.
Is definitely fighting the fight.
His own existing featherweight record in CompuBox stats for most punches.
Okay, Jim, I got it 6-0. The fighter just can't get into his rhythm. He was going to do. He's been doing it his entire career. But Tapia, he's not getting off, not landing enough solid shots. Up the points, winning the fight.
Tapia thought of it as a big opportunity to be fighting Medina tonight, to fight Angel Vasquez, an entirely different style. He was honored by the prospect of fighting for a bell. It may not have been a fortuitous change for him.
No, definitely. Left-handed, right-handed. It's hard for Tapia to get his rhythm, and I don't think it's going to change.
So if you Jesse Reed.
Power punch, that was.
To describe their conversation in the corner.
Crossed up when you're getting your clinch twisted up.
If you're an aficionado of CompuBox, he threw 95 jabs. Consider that he fought an 11-round fight with Paul Ingle, because Ingle has about as much movement as any fighter I've ever seen.
A lot of punches.
You know, it's like a baseball pitcher with a herky.
Larry, remember goals? He was one of those. Ball came out of a tangle of arms and legs. And came up at the speed of a cream puff, which is his punches.
Yeah. Greatest athlete ever to come out of Swarthmore College.
But you heard Jesse Tapia that he thought he could chop Medina down. Johnny hasn't been close to that yet. 1 minute to go in the 8th round. Remember to stay with us. Immediately following this fight, 2 headlines. Shannon Briggs could be an explosion on Boxing After Dark. As you do, Emmanuel.
Johnny Tapia can't out-hustle Medina.
Do most. Good news is that Medina landed 16, 130 other way. A week ago, trainer Romulo Quirarte had his fight against Floyd Mayweather Jr. in Las Vegas and thought that Castillo Mayweather. Thus, their concern.
With one consolation for Tapia, he should be glad that Medina is not really a power puncher. If Medina would at this stage really tight.
Smoger warning Tapia for the 2nd time for low blows. So in theory, another low blow violation.
Hey, Manuel, watch the backhand, Manuel.
Left hook to the body, best punch of the
punch.
Tapia can take some from the fact that both late
After the takedown, Medina popped right up and kept bouncing. Remarkable energy.
Johnny Tapia.
The way that the balance and the feet have been getting crossed all night, particularly with Medina, it's very interesting that they haven't tripped and fell down early on the fight. Sometimes
it seems to be.
Gentlemen, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim. In round 9, that's the first round they gave him the whole fight. 82-8. Manuel Mantequis Medina. Jim, I tell you something. When you give to Medina, he just moves out. Medina just moves out beautifully. Nice ring generalship.
Was speaking. Tapia looked down at me and winked as if to say, I've still got something left. Reed saying, get rough. Walk him down. Let your hands go. And Johnny's trying to get rough now. Crowd rises on as he tries to rally in the 10th. Out the blood and guts competitiveness of Johnny Tapia.
no, he's a 100% pure prize fighter.
You know, whatever happened, 5 for a little guy to fight this way is quite
hard fights he's had, being that he's not a knockout puncher. So Reed say too much,
but I'm not sure Johnny feels that way.
Get rough and go after him is you're not winning the.
I think he'll so if he had
Top of Medina's head on the point of his chin by that, but came forward and went back to his business. Medina jabbing to the body now. And if round 9 was Tapia's best, this winner.
Rest.
Got everything but the crop to lace.
Theory. Let it all I got in on the plane, at home, anywhere.
Let's see if the rally comes too little too late. As his defense.
Yes, stepping, punching with little pity pat punches and changing directions as he.
Smoger flashing.
Just think if Medina was a puncher.
His constant barrage of punches must be a little bit like walking into an open field and getting stormed by a swarm of gnats at short range. And chanting Johnny, Johnny, Johnny in the last round. Didn't quite get there. He has not so inspired them in this round, but here he comes again. These last 2 rounds become a metaphor. Taking the left hook. Medina keeps throwing and
Johnny takes a little blow from that storm of activity on the ropes. Medina keeps
punches in this round. He will break 12-round fight.
Medina. Jim, I don't know. The guy just keeps working and working and working. No slowing down Medina's fight. Keeping Johnny Tapia off balance. Very interesting. He said the guy uses a backhand. He absolutely does use a backhand. And that's a lead, Johnny Tapia.
But Steve Smoker is not penalizing for it and has let him get away with it continually.
You're 100% correct, Manuel.
3 New York judges, Georgie Colon, Malvina Lathan, Tony Palillo. They'll be the goes the distance.
He got warned by Smoker.
Yeah, but he's never taken a point away.
Record for backhands.
In fact, at the moment he threw the backhand punch, I was informed punch counters that he had that punch out by a featherweight. So maybe he broke the record with the backhand punch. Certainly what he's done in there is a broken record to Tapia, because he's done the same thing round after round after round.
These are 2 pros who fought at a feverish pace, and neither with...
It's amazing when you consider Medina's had 71 fights. He's been fighting as a professional since he was 14 and still...
A week ago tonight, at about this time, Medina sat at ringside in Las Vegas, heard the bell in the 12th round, and was certain that his stablemate, Jose Luis Castillo, had earned a victory over Floyd Mayweather. Unanimous decision, Mayweather. Now let's see what happens to this verdict in New York.
Guys, new IBF featherweight champion of the world from Albuquerque, Tapia.
Broke a CompuBox record for the most 15-1-13.